Every single morning, you turn a metal handle and clean, fresh water instantly pours out into your sink. You check a calendar, vote for your local leaders, and write a quick note on a piece of paper. Later in the day, maybe you decide to reward yourself by snapping off a square of dark chocolate. None of these comforts exist in nature. Before any of this was routine, early humans scattered across isolated pockets of the globe had to engineer the exact mechanics of civilization entirely from scratch. The environment we live in isn't actually new. We are simply operating inside a living blueprint drafted thousands of years ago by the earliest human empires. Before any society could argue over laws or carve intricate art, they faced a brutal biological problem. When you pack tens of thousands of humans into a single area, how do you prevent them from quickly running out of food or dying from rapid disease outbreaks? The Indus Valley civilization solved the sanitation problem early on. More than 4,000 years ago, they designed well-planned cities with strict grid-like streets and gave individual houses their own private toilets, all connected to a highly advanced underground sewage system. For safe drinking water, the Roman Empire engineered massive aqueducts. These colossal stone channels relied on precise gravity gradients to transport millions of gallons of fresh water from distant mountains directly into crowded urban centers. Securing food required adapting to hostile terrain. High in the Andes Mountains, the Inca Empire carved massive stepped terraces directly into steep stone cliffs to create flat, arable farmland where none naturally existed. Down in central Mexico, the Aztecs faced a completely different geographic hurdle. To feed a booming population in a valley with shallow lakes, they developed chinampas, a highly effective system of floating gardens still visible today. By alternating mud with decaying vegetation, the Aztecs stacked artificial islands above the waterline, creating intensely fertile, man-made land. This network produced yields so high it gave them stability to cultivate, ferment, and roast the first cacao beans. Massive stonework and precise soil engineering were the strict baseline technologies required to keep thousands of people alive at once. But biological survival was only the first step. Once you have a massive, fed, and hydrated population living shoulder to shoulder, you have to find a way to prevent them from tearing each other apart. The leaders of ancient Mesopotamia provided the earliest structural fix. King Hammurabi of Babylonia drafted one of history's first known legal codes, establishing strict rules and consequences to force stability onto a rapidly expanding society. Governance evolved from punishment to granting liberties. In the 6th century BCE, Persian Empire founder Cyrus the Great issued the Cyrus Cylinder. Looking closely at its script, we read an early human rights charter promoting religious tolerance and freedom for conquered peoples. In ancient Greece, the city-state of Athens bypassed top-down royal decrees entirely. They gave their citizens the actual right to participate directly in the decision-making process, engineering the mechanics of early democracy. Voting and personal liberties are often discussed as modern political ideals, but they originally functioned as practical survival mechanisms designed to maintain civil order. With infrastructure built and laws established, these empires faced one final hurdle. How do you record and transmit this knowledge so it outlasts your current generation? They invented standardized systems of communication. The Egyptians carved complex picture-based hieroglyphics into temples and tombs, while Mesopotamians pressed the distinct wedge-shaped marks of cuneiform straight into wet clay. Ancient China radically accelerated this process. By inventing papermaking, they detached data from heavy stone walls and fragile clay tablets, allowing vast amounts of information to travel quickly across enormous distances. Across the Atlantic, the Maya civilization in Mesoamerica used complex records to track the physical universe. Beyond their massive stone temples, they possessed a terrifyingly precise grasp of mathematics and planetary motion. The Mayans utilized a base 20 numerical system rather than our modern base 10. By grasping the mathematical concept of zero, they were able to perfectly calculate massive sums and map celestial movements to build deeply sophisticated calendars. Mastering numbers and written language ensured that a society's best ideas would permanently outlive the society itself. Eventually, the sheer physical dominance of these great states came to an end. whether from violent conquest by foreign invaders or sudden, mysterious declines. Almost all of them collapsed. Yet, while their monumental structures fractured, the intellectual frameworks they left behind proved virtually indestructible. Every time you flush a toilet, cast a ballot, write on a piece of paper, or calculate a sum, you are actively keeping the ancient world alive. Our modern world is built on the genius of the past. If you enjoyed this journey through human history and want to keep exploring the incredible stories behind how our world works, hit subscribe for more content like this.